Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Zurich today, and with me here is Stuart Rogers, the CFO of TerraX Minerals. You remember, we did already an interview I think it was in March, PDAC,
Correct.
on the 32nd floor of a beautiful building with a beautiful background, and it was nice and sunny. And honestly, that's exactly what happens with the company. It's still nice and sunny also there. So, Stuart, I want to have, first of all, welcome. And of course, I would love to have a little update on your company.
Be happy to do that, Jochen. I appreciate you inviting me in to speak about TerraX again. It's always one of my favorite topics.
Yeah, great. Well, we already heard you had beautiful drill results in the winter. The winter program is finished now.
Yep.
And you had some material events in the last week, this week also, and some weeks before. Maybe you can comment a little bit on it.
Yeah, what was exciting for us is that Osisko Gold Royalties, they already were a 9% shareholder in the company. They'd already taken an interest and helped fund our exploration in the past. They've now looked at the data and the material from the winter drilling and the work we've done in the past, and they're excited about the potential for this project, and they want to see us advance it quicker. Mm-hmm. And advancing the project more quickly is really a function of money.
That's right. So what happened money-wise?
What they've done is they came and made a proposal to us to give us a payment of $1 million for an option on a 1% NSR.
That's only for an option?
Only for the option.
Wow.
And to exercise the option is $2 million at any time up to production. Mm-hmm. So it's quite unusual to get $1,000 for an option payment for a company like ours that hasn't done its first resource estimate yet. Yeah. It's coming, and we're confident and excited about that, but that's really an endorsement of what they feel the potential for the property is. They also, to move the project forward, they've proposed doing a $2.5 million flow-through private placement into the company, for which we are going to complement that with another $3.5 million flow-through financing. That'll give us $6 million for exploration. And flow-through is a mechanism in Canada.
That you only can do it in Canada, right?
Correct.
It's a tax thing, right?
Yeah, the benefit is only to people in Canada. So what it does is it is something for us as a company we like to use, because we are spending the money on exploration. This money, all of it, has to be spent on exploration. That's the rules that you operate by. And you have to spend it by the end of the next fiscal year, which would be by December of 2016, which means we have $6 million dedicated to exploration, which is the most money we've had in the company, and that allows us to do quite a bit more drilling than we've done in the past. Our drill cost in the Yellowknife, where we are, because we're beside a city, because our drillers work in the city, it's a 20-minute ride to the drill site.
Just with their own car?
With their own car, they go home. Not only do we not have to have camps and helicopters supported and feed and house them, but we don't even have to feed them. So the costs are very reasonable. All in, it's $200 a meter, which
that's like 30,000 meters you can drill.
Correct. 30,000 meters, we could drill with that money. So that's really what's going to advance the project. That'll allow us to drill targets that we're excited about, that Osisko has seen going through the data, that they're excited about, and that we just didn't have the money to be able to go and deal with that, plus do our resource estimate at the same time. So we got more money to do a more robust resource estimate, because the size of your resource estimate is really a function of, you've got to drill, you've got to confirm that the gold is there, where you think it is, so that you can do your calculation. This allows us to
you have to drill in certain spaces, of course.
Also. Exactly. So to make sure that you've got, there's a whole procedure you go through.
Yeah.
The bottom line is you got to drill a hole to identify and add ounces to your resource. This will allow us to come up with a bigger initial resource, plus allow us to identify targets, so then when we do the report, we can show what we have, and here's these targets we've drilled where we've got discovery holes, and this is where we can expand the resource. So
exactly.
That's what's exciting. Now the flow through, coming back to why that's, for Canadians, the government did it, put that in place as an incentive when mining development was in a downturn years ago in the 80s, and it allows a Canadian investor to deduct the amount of his flow-through investment from his personal taxes, from his taxable income. And so that's attractive for somebody who wants to reduce their taxes, but it's not really a gift because it's really a deferral. When they sell the shares, they have to pay tax on the whole amount of the proceeds. It's not a capital gain on what they paid. Their cost base is considered to be zero. Okay. So the government will eventually get this money back. But for the investor, it allows them to participate in a company like ours, help us expand, develop, and hopefully come up with a mine that'll create jobs, which is why the government supports it,
Of course.
But so it's good for them and it's good for us because they're getting a tax advantage. We can sell the shares to them at a premium. So our finance.
What's the premium now,
Well,
for example, for you?
In this case, our stock is at trading around, the moving average has been 38 cents, and the investors have agreed to pay 45 cents. So at that premium, which
It's
is
like
unusual,
a 20% premium, roughly.
correct. And so what
Yeah.
it means for us is for the existing shareholders, there's less dilution with this financing because we're going to spend it on exploration anyway.
Yeah.
And for, people, it has to be spent on exploration. So the benefit
100%, of course.
100%. So we can't use
Not
it
for lifestyle.
for improving our lifestyle. We can't use it for even the legal costs of the
Yeah.
paperwork for doing the placement.
Okay.
Every 100% of it has to be spent in exploration.
Fantastic.
And, that's subject to audit. And for us, we're not worried about it because, we know where we can spend it. And,
Yeah.
what we're going to do in the next while is with the money, from Osisko, the fact that we're well capitalized. Osisko's team is helping us. They have some very experienced people that Joe Campbell, our president, has worked
So
with. in the past.
technical-wise, geological-wise, they help you.
Well, they're excited. They've seen targets that they're excited about, and that's why they've sort of moved forward to, effectively give us an immediate $3.5 million to get things kicked off. And so they want to come to the property, which will be the first time for a lot of them, and sort of help us with the drill targeting. So we had a plan for a summer drill program. It was modest. Now we're going to have quite a larger drill program. So the teams that are going to be on the ground, their people and our people, on the first week of June, working through the months of June. They'll be out, they'll be doing the drill targeting, and we'll start up drilling July 15th.
So that will be like a summer drill program then,
Correct.
right?
It'll start in the summer, and it can carry on right through till next year, because we are not weather dependent. We can drill in the summer, we can drill in the winter. We just
Of course.
completed a winter drill program,
Yeah.
so we can drill virtually all year round. The only time we don't like to drill is when the ice melting and it's messy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we
It's
could
muddy.
do if we wanted to, but it's just more expensive and more
Yeah,
difficult.
that's right. Makes no
Sometimes
sense.
you need a break anyway.
That's
So
right.
For 6 weeks. So we'll be starting the drilling in the middle of July, and there'll be news as to what we're going to drill, the targets we're excited about, some new that we've now developed, as well as moving forward with expanding the resource potential, the resource number for our initial resource estimate. So there'll be news flow from that drill program and that work as it goes, for the conceivably next year.
So when do you think you can then, let's say, report a new resource estimate and tell the markets, hey guys, we drilled this and that, and this is the result of it?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get started. Well, we already have, assembled a lot of data. We have a lot of holes that are historic holes. Like I think we've mentioned that in the past. Like we have 30,000 meters of drill core that we found from the property we can use in our resource estimate. We don't have to drill. So we'll have 30,000 meters of historic material.
Super basis,
We've now, like the winter drill program, we set out to drill 5,000 meters. We drilled 6,800 because our costs were on budget and the driller was efficient and everything worked smoothly. We got it done ahead of time, on budget, and did more drilling.
And by the way, the results were outstanding.
They're excellent. And now we're here, we're meeting with our investors, and I thought the reaction we're getting is good because we accomplished what we set out to do. We've sort of extended the strike of zones. We've tested them up dip, down dip. We expanded gold zones. So this was really the work that we're doing to expand the resource. I guess coming back to the resource estimate itself, we were going to do originally at sort of the end of the year. We could probably still do that, but I think if we are drilling and we're getting ore grade drill holes that we can add to the resource estimate to expand the resource estimate, we'll sort of look at the timing that way. So I think our timing right now is still at the end of the year, maybe the first quarter of 2016, depending on when we do a cutoff, because you can't do a resource estimate and keep adding drill holes. You
Of course
pick
not.
a point in time.
Yeah,
say,
that's normal.
Here it is, December 31st.
Yeah.
That's what's in, and that's what you do.
Absolutely.
And that's probably what we'll look at. But again, once we formalize the plans, like this is a game changer for us. We're really well capitalized. We're really able to go out and really advance this project and really get some attention with it. The money we've had, we've been very efficient with. I credit Joe Campbell and his team. I mean, we're drilling good drill holes. The success rate has been phenomenal, and we're really.
What's the hit rate, by the way?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I can't personally remember any holes that are really bad, but I think there was probably,
Like 90% plus, right?
well, maybe 70, 80, to be realistic. And what happens too is when you've always got to test to see the ends of zones, so sometimes you're going to drill a hole and that just might be what you get. But so the success rate has been very high, very unusual for a project like this, but that's the benefit of having all the existing information that we had available to us. So we got 30,000 meters of drilling from before. We've drilled so far about, about 50,000 meters. Now we'll probably have another 20,000 meters we'll throw in the resource estimate. So
Fantastic.
that we should be able to
Yeah.
come up with a great number.
And also you have enough, let's call it hard dollars.
Correct.
Yeah, because flow through goes in the ground. We said that already, but you have enough hard dollars. You know, like overhead, you need an office, you need
Yes.
actually people. Yeah, we need a
need
CFO, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's also enough money, we
Well, what
can say
happened is
that.
at the end of April, after completing the drill program, we had 1 million in working capital.
Yes.
And now with the 1 million hard dollars from Osisko, that gives us a cash reserve. Then our operating costs are low. Unfortunately, we're not giving ourselves salary increases or anything. We're still operating this as a lean company, so
Wow.
that'll give us the money we need to cover all the other
Super.
sort of the
So you-
management aspects.
So we can say you are covered at least until the next 12 to 18 months, easily.
Easily.
Yeah,
12 to
fantastic.
18 months easily.
Yeah, because in this environment, a lot of companies are suffering. They don't get the money to do anything. Obviously, you have a fantastic asset there, and you are owning one of the old, large gold camps. So
Yep.
you know where you do it, and you know what to do.
We do. And, we got good backing from Osisko. I mean, they're giving us
Yeah.
support, and that helps too. So I think it's
That's
really
right.
been a game changer
Super.
with their indication of support for our company.
Yeah.
And we think they will not be disappointed, nor will our shareholders.
Perfect. Thank you very much,
Thank
Stuart.
you. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks. All the best for the drilling campaign. And honestly, I look forward to a good news flow.
Yeah, we do too. Thank you so much.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Stuart Rogers, the CFO of TerraX Minerals. Well, you heard it. They have enough money to go forward to drill. Osisko is backing them, of course. They stepped in, and now we talk about easily like $5-6 million, which go into the ground. They have enough hard dollars here to run the company. That's exactly what you need for the next 12 to 18 months, maybe 24 months. And news flow will pick up. The summer drill program starts in the mid of July. And we look forward to report on that. Stay tuned. Check out the company. Thanks, and bye-bye from Zurich.